Who's the real Frank Woods? You can't kill me.
You can't kill me.
You can't kill me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are behind enemy lines today. I'm Ben. This is my co-host Grady. And today we are joined by one of the most legendary characters in video game history, the voice behind one of the most legendary characters.
And face and body.
We're not going to see
What
him
the
yet.
man?
He's coming
You're already
off.
up already.
He's coming off a mission
Oh
where
my
he was.
word.
He's
Oh my
coming off a mission.
All right, look. These idiots.
He's coming off a mission.
This guy here, I say, hey, get a glass of water maybe. He gives me half a. It's free. The water is free. And he gives me half a glass.
Hey,
That's what you're in for tonight.
said
Dude,
we're
I
behind enemy lines.
I feel like Frank Woods is
By the
right
way-
behind me right
By
now.
the way, looking at right now.
You got us.
And it's not very good stuff either.
Yeah, it's from a video game.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's coming back from a mission where he was taking out Fidel Castro. He just called our editor a lady. Frank Woods, a.k.a. James Seaburns. Thank you
Welcome
so
to
much.
the
Hey
pod.
guys, good to see you. Glad to be here.
Yeah,
Good to see you, man.
Thank you for being here.
First thing I want to hear about is what have you been up to lately? I know you've been talking about dabbling a little bit
About
of music.
5'3".
Okay, all right. Any what else have you been up to these days?
Man, it's been a busy couple of years. You know, I tried to retire last year, and I got involved in vertical content,
Oh, there you
vertical
go.
shorts.
We're familiar with that.
I've heard
I
of it.
think you might be in one right now.
Yeah, and it just blew up. Like it's just all, and it's all the same exact story.
Yeah.
I'm a billionaire
Okay.
who's pretty bad or pretty good, depending on the script. And it's the same exact script over. It's like a soap opera, over and over and over. And I started doing them last year as a lark. I was working on Stork. For the
Wait, hold
VHS.
on. I'm unfamiliar with this. Is this your personal channel? You're making
No,
shorts?
no. I'm working like for real shorts and FM
Oh,
shorts.
I've heard of this before.
So
Yeah.
basically what's happened is this. Because this new consuming generation is so used to watching the content on their phones vertically, right?
Right.
They're now creating content in, like, instead of 16 by 9, it's 9 by 16.
Right.
And there's this whole genre of media that's like, it's like really semi-salacious
Yeah.
soap operas. It's the same tall, like 6'2" stud, ripped, really nice guys, decent actors.
Kind of like us.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's why I'm talking about it now. You look,
We got to
you look
get
familiar.
into this.
What the fuck? And anyways, billions of you buy the app, you download it, they're making
Right.
billions of dollars, and it's a blast. It's easy to do. You knock them out in 10 days. I'm turning down more work than I can take right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
And it's typically the same story, right? It's like a billionaire, and it's like I'm coming to date your
My
son.
billionaire
or-
daughter got pregnant by just all this, and it's all AI generated. So it's the same story over and over.
Whoa.
And it's designed for the female gaze.
Whoa.
Gaze.
Wow.
Gaze. And I found a niche, man.
Are you getting a lot of DMs now? Are there people sliding in the DMs off the real shorts?
I don't know.
What do
slid
you mean
in
you
the-
don't know?
I slid in the DMs.
I rarely go on and check I just post like at a Comic-Con or
Right.
so I'm lucky to find you guys. I was just happened to go through that day, and I rarely check my DMs. I rarely check my social media content. I don't have that kind of brain. It doesn't work fast enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You might be surprised who's willing to get frisky with Frank Woods if you start scrolling through those
All right,
DMs.
that should be a whole series. Risky with Frank Woods.
Frank Woods is a heartthrob. He's one of the most handsome characters in the game, I would have to say.
All right, well, so this is how the podcast works. This is the party chat button. Every time we hit it, we hit you with a different question. Are you ready?
Fuck yeah.
All right, start us off.
Born ready, baby.
All right, I'm going to start out with a heater. What is the greatest Black Ops game?
Black Ops 1.
Okay.
Whoa. I wasn't expecting that.
Solid
Why do you
answer.
say?
It was the beginning. It's a genesis. And there's so much more buried in that game that never got out. There's so many portals. There's so many. Well, this is a massive answer.
Oh, yeah, hit us with it.
Because for me, Black Ops 1 and 2 are the same game. Because I started working on it 2009, and it was just untitled video game. And I did the testing for the technology, then I kind of rolled into the level test, and then there's a whole story how I became, actually got the part. I had to fight my way back. I had to audition for the role I created.
Interesting.
And I still didn't get the job.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
So how did that work? So you're testing. Oh, so they bring you in. You're testing out the technology. You're
like me.
creating the role.
They like me, and it's a role of Sergeant Frank Barnes, and they like me. I got along with the guys, Adam Rosas, and a couple other the level directors, and they said, "Hey, you want to come back and do the?" Because I had weapons training, a lot of stunt training, and I kind of fit the bill physically. So, hey, come back. We're doing this thing. Want to come back and do some more work for us? I said, sure. And I love these guys. Now, I knew nothing about video games. I was kind of like, I wasn't really impressed by it. But the money was pretty good, and I just like working. I love these guys. And then we did one level test. Hey, you want to come back for another one? Sure. And then we did 3, and got the green lights on those, and then they disappeared for like maybe 3 months. So these are my drinking buddies. These are my guys, right? All of a sudden, have nothing to do with me. And next thing you know, it's a long story. But anyways, I'm going around the circle here. Black Ops 1 and 2, it's the same game for me because as soon as we wrap Black Ops 1, we are talking about Black Ops 2 almost immediately. That's when I met Dave Anthony. He brought me and said, we're bringing you back. We don't know how because you're fucking dead. I said, well, I have an idea for that. And we solved that idea, and then we rolled right into Black Ops 2. And by the time we got done with that, I was writing for Black Ops 2 by the time we got, through the first meetings for that.
I guess I didn't even realize that. So you were writing your parts.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Any big moments in the writer's room? What is one of your favorite things you wrote?
Not writer's room. What happened was, because I didn't understand the magnitude of the medium I was playing in, the water I was swimming in, I was a hockey coach, and I have a rule when I coach my guys.
You walk in the room and you say, "Men."
Gordon Bombay.
And actually, I'm more of a new age coach. I don't shame people.
Oh, cool.
Like, hey, you can f***ing do this.
I wouldn't believe you about that. To be honest.
Don't call you. But Woods never calls you an asshole
Derogative or
it's never about putting you down. Come on, asshole. It's like I'm lifting you up.
Yeah.
Now I'll use all this dismissive language to cut through whatever barriers, but it was important to me that every line I said had to reflect that. And there's just shit I wouldn't say because there's stuff you can tell when somebody writes something when they've never been punched in the face, or they never may have gotten cut hard, or been hurt bad, or been close to being really fucked up, right? And they write things like, I'm not saying this. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And I used to resist it. And then finally, because the content was really working out pretty well, Dave came down. Dave Anthony's kind of look at just let him go. So I would just change stuff on the fly. Then finally, by the time we got to the end of Black Ops 1, they said, look, so Monday morning I come in, they give me a script. We go through, we would woodsify it. I rewrite it, rechange it, then we go out and shoot it. So that's how I began writing for it.
Wow.
That is pretty big. They'd let you have that much creative freedom over your character.
I have nothing but gratitude for Activision and Treyarch because look what they let me do.
Yeah.
I mean, I get to build this character on my chassis, on my platform.
And it becomes...
What a privilege, right? To do that. What a fucking privilege. So every time I hear, there's a lot of, because of what happened with Cold War and the thing, I hear a lot of uninformed people speculate about my disposition towards the whole thing. No. I am so grateful for what they let me. They let me build this character, and I had so much input. I mean, I had a lot of input.
Dude, that's such a refreshing take because there's a lot of salty people in the gaming world that feel certain types of way and you know, gaming isn't as good as it used to be, this and that, and these people are, you know, destroying it. It's just refreshing to hear someone be like grateful and have had a positive experience with a corporation like Activision.
It changed my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done things that the average person doesn't. I was in Afghanistan during the war.
You were?
Yeah, me and Kamar, they flew us into Bagram, and we were on helicopters with body armor flying to the Pakistani border and all over Afghanistan talking to soldiers.
Wow.
And I've been on nuclear submarines.
What year was that?
2013.
Wow.
And we, you know, Kamar and I traveled the world together. Guam, Hawaii, Europe, Japan. We were given an opportunity through the USO to really just, I get to do things and see things that I wouldn't have the opportunity. I mean, I'm so grateful for Woods.
That's so cool. I just didn't realize that they put that level of like field research into it at the time and all that sort of thing. Were you over there what were you over in Afghanistan
It was a
for?
handshake tour.
Okay.
So we just walk around talking to troops.
Oh, cool.
We grab posters and we walk in.
He was on SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, so this was after. Sorry, I thought they sent you over there to like learn more.
Well,
about
okay, but the Black Ops is very research heavy. They brought
Got it.
Oliver North in. They brought I based Woods on a guy named John J. Plaster's book called Men of the Secret Commanders of the SOG. And I read that book 3 years before I knew about Woods. I was fascinated by the Vietnam War. So everything Treyarch did was really research and history. They try to be as accurate as they could be. They wanted it to be a history lesson.
That's super fascinating. Can you tell us more about the character, not the character, but the real person you based Woods off of?
Plaster?
Yeah.
It's a book.
Yeah.
So basically, John Plaster was he was a soldier. He's a bit of a rebel. And back in the 60s, they had in Panama, this place called School of the Americas. That's where they sent all the people. The CIA was training soldiers to be counterterrorists, to work against the communists in Latin America. Mm-hmm. But it's also a jungle to train guys to get ready for Vietnam. And they decided that they needed to have, in this asymmetrical guerrilla warfare, they needed to counteract what the communists were doing. So they brought a bunch of guys in. They not only did they teach them all the techniques and skills they needed and knowledge, but they trained them to be teachers. So they didn't need language, so they could teach. Because with the Montagnards, right, the indigenous people in Vietnam and Cambodia, they didn't have number systems. They had 1, 2, and many. So if you had to do a reconnaissance report, they said, well, how many? Well, many. Well, is it 3 or 300?
Yeah.
And so things like that, and so a guy like Plaster, he went to that school, and then they were trained in how to teach the indigenous people how to fight against the Vietnamese.
Wow.
And a lot of these guys also, everything we know about special forces pretty much came through the early SEALs, but SOG, they're the guys that made the vest we see, because they didn't have that, and they needed it. They needed extra. They're the ones that asked them to shorten the barrels.
Yeah.
And so all of the technology that we have that's evolved out of that came from the guys in the SOG saying, okay, we need this. We go out for weeks at a time. We have to have these skills and these tools. The books, I mean, I'm not doing it justice. The book is amazing.
Yeah.
It's Secret Commandos of the SOG by John J. Plaster.
That's badass.
You got to check that out.
Yeah.
All right, should I hit it?
Yeah, go for it.
There is a fan theory that Alex Mason is still alive. I'm going to give you the theory right now, all right? So apparently there is an Easter egg. There's a skin in Modern Warfare 3, right? And it's Frank Woods. He is wearing the same outfit he wore for the payback mission. He has the vest on that he put on after he escaped captivity. And then he also has floating pieces of glass all around him that is like signifying when he jumped through the window. And then there's also numbers on him. I think there's some numbers in his eye signifying the numbers that might have been implanted in his head. So do you think fans are on the right track here, or are they trying to pull something out of thin air?
Yes.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
And let me explain it to you. My exposure to the creative process of the games in the writing, we never got a script. We got scenes. Craig Houston once gave me a video of an entire pitch they did for Black Ops 2, and it's very elaborate. But because the technology changes in midstream, they got to change the game because there's so many changes happening constantly. It's hard to get a narrative together. And what we did a lot of, and what I did specifically, is you would add things to your performance, what I call portals. Little things that if they wanted to go back and pick up and get another storyline, they would do so. You see, if you go back and watch Black Ops 1, I did this a lot. Woods is there, and all of a sudden he goes, looks around, and so that means at some point they could use that little piece and create a whole storyline off of that look. What did he see over there, right? Or they'll drop in lines.
So you were shooting that in motion capture, or performance capture?
I rarely was I in the box.
Got it.
Almost 80% of Woods was done live action.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah,
that's
mostly live
interesting.
action. There's a whole, on the channel, on Sarge's Corner, I've got a whole behind the scenes playlist where you see how we actually make the game.
So in doing
Did I answer the question? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
I rambled, but specifically speaking, because it's such a huge universe, they have to provide little conduits to make, even like, especially with zombies, they give you so many like Easter eggs. So you actually have narrative Easter eggs. So if you want to jump to something else, when we were doing Black Ops 4, Dave brought me in to write Black Ops 4, we sort of had a way to unify, to canonize the narrative. We had an idea for it. They didn't have the money to shoot it.
So they're very intentional about putting in Easter eggs, leaving those doors open in case they want to open those up.
That's just good writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good writing.
They're like, leave all the doors open because we want to make this game for a long time and we want to see. So.
And plus, you just don't know what's going to kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who catches on?
What's going to happen? What's going to be the hot thing? What is the thing that people are going to? You just don't know. It goes viral. So they actually, and this is a conversation I had with Dave a lot, and it was just something I became very aware of early on. Oh shit, we need to drop a portal here.
Following up on that point, you mentioned something earlier that I wanted to dive in on. Is you said that you had to help come up with how you were going to bring Frank Woods back to life. Could you talk about that? So, like, what was that? You basically had to come up with an idea that you had to resurrect Frank Woods.
You want the whole story?
Yeah.
Okay, so
hell yeah.
I get a call from Dave Anthony. He said, "Hey, I'm having lunch. He takes me to nice lunches. I like that. I eat well." So he tells me Woods is coming back. We got to figure out how. And but 2 bottles in, he goes, "Oh, by the way, Woods will be in a wheelchair." I go, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Really?" And so what happened was, I started thinking, all right, what are we gonna do with Woods in a wheelchair? I go, first of all, he's not gonna be. He's gonna weaponize that fucking thing. He's gonna have guns on it. He's gonna be scarier in a wheelchair than he was fully loaded because he's meaner now. And I said, I go, what's his behavior like? And early on in my career, I've only been doing this like 20 years. I had the opportunity to go to a party and meet the James Coburn. You know who he is?
I don't.
Oh my God.
I do.
He was our James Bond. He's this great actor from the 50s and 60s. Tall, great voice, and just strapping guy, just masculine stud, right? And I don't get breathless around anybody but fucking James Coburn. So I walk up, I go, Mr. Coburn, nice to meet you. And he reaches out and I grab his hand and I squeeze it because, I'm a fucking guy. And his hand feels like Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
Come to find out he had horrible arthritis.
Oh, no.
And I just jacked.
Oh.
And yeah. And it's just like, but I just remember
Kind of demystifies the guy a little bit too.
I just remember his hands being like just this, and so when you see like in the very thing was, aside from the fact that I'm still alive, that was James Coburn's hand.
Whoa.
So we're sitting there, and I go, how are we going to solve what he's dead? There's a door now, right? And I had just discovered YouTube, and I was watching some funny research stuff, and there's this one video, I think it's Chinese soldiers learning how to throw grenades. And this one guy was just a total towhead. And you see, like, they're on top of this.
Sorry, but just a classic dude search on YouTube, you know, like just classic guys being dudes on the internet. So I'm watching Chinese soldiers throw grenades, and we're like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Like you do. Yeah.
Like
What
you
else? What else do you watch on YouTube?
It's a Tuesday,
Anyways,
average Tuesday.
Continue.
So, and the soldier, the young soldier, just mangles it, and it drops. And so around the platform, there was a sort of a hole dug. This it's called a sump.
Yeah.
Big L. And so you see the instructor was really cool. The grenade dropped. He takes the grenade. He pushes off one side, and he pulls the student down with him, and the grenade goes off. I go, wait a minute. And so I went back, I looked at the video on the game, and I saw that when Woods goes through the glass, in front of that, there's a loading dock. And I go, well, how would you survive a grenade? Well, you need a substantial barrier between you and the explosion. I go, yeah. They come through the window. Somehow he dislodges the grenade. That goes to one side. Him and Kravchenko go to the other side. And that's reasonable, right?
Right.
Because Woods would have that kind of clarity. Like he's got him going through the window, and he's got his hand right there under the grenade vest with a knife. How hard is it to flip it up and push? And what it led to, it also led us to how did he get captured? Well, you drop 15 feet, you crash into concrete, you're gonna get bounced. And like in the Black Ops 2, he says like, well, we go through the window. Kravchenko wakes up first. Boom, I'm in the Hanoi Hilton.
Right.
So that's how that came to be.
That's cool, man. A little late night YouTube search, and all of a sudden, Woods is back in action.
All right, next one. What is Frank Wood's greatest voice line in Call of Duty? Oh, you said it.
I liked it the second time. That was good.
One more time. Nice.
Well, here's the thing. It depends on my mood. It depends on who's asking.
Yeah.
Like when I do Comic Cons, people want. I mean, there's like
What's
four.
the most requested?
It's like who's the best hockey player? McDavid, Crosby. They're all great. The You Can't Kill Me is like maybe I had to give that first position because that was my first day on set and it was not going well. Yeah, I'll tell you that story in a minute. So You Can't Kill Me. You see that hind? Take it. That was an impromptu line, and then then it just rolls through whatever's happening. You know me, I hate everybody. It depends on the mood. It depends on who's asking.
Right.
Who's asking.
So
Wait, go through.
can we hear the full "You Can't Kill Me" real quick, and then I want to do a clip of that real quick.
The story is this. So basically, I wasn't Activision's first choice.
Interesting.
They didn't want me at all, but Dave Anthony did. So he fought for me. And I literally had to go in and audition. All these guys who are like my brothers, right? I mean, these are my boys. I walk in, and there's a room full of executives, and no one's talking to me. And this is like, these are my buddies. These are friends. I walk in, hey. They're like, what the fuck's going on? And I got a bit of an Irish temper, right?
Yeah.
And the casting director comes out. She says, well, okay. here's what the character does, and here's what the character should do. And I'm looking at her. I go, are you telling this to all the actors? I go, fucking good, because that's not who Woods is. You know, you're giving all the wrong information. So I went in there and I was just shitty about it, and they're running me through the paces, and I just you all, right? I'm not getting this. I don't care anymore. And then after they turn around, Dave. So basically, they don't hire me, and they bring this other guy in who, how much can I say here? I don't want to embarrass anyone. So they bring a guy in, and it just wasn't like the tape.
Wasn't working out.
Well, it just wasn't. They saw. Hey, see what the guy in the demo's doing. See how the guy in the demo moved.
Got it.
And finally the director said to what the guy, the head of the studio, he goes, "Let's just fucking hire Burns.
Yeah, just get the guy in the demo.
Fucking hire him."
Yeah.
And so the director of the level was not happy about it, and so he's fucking with me. So you go in there 6 a.m. I can't eat because back in the day you had to put these little white dots, because basically you're in a volume of infrared, and the computer sees you as a mannequin of white dot, and they paint over it, right? They have so much control over it. So it took about 2 hours to get prepped. You have put a grid, and they got to put these dots very painstakingly on your face, and you put them on your lips. So I can't eat because I'll be shitting out these little reflective dots all night, right? So I don't eat all day. So breakfast comes, and it's a big scene, right?
Right.
10 o'clock, first break, nothing. Noon, lunch, still can't eat. And I know the director's just fucking with me, right? I know he just doesn't like me. So I'm just shitty. I'm just fucking, fuck these people, fuck this. And so what happened was, it's fine. It's like 3 p.m. Oh, we got to hurry up. We only have an hour left to shoot. Like, you fuckers, like. So I go, fine. You know what? And I like authenticity, and I know how to carry weapons. I know guys don't know how to carry a gun. And a lot of the extras didn't know how to carry guns. They're kind of walking around, and I had no respect. I was just so angry. And so I walk in the set, and this kid walks over, like he's got, like a little guy, go, don't you fucking touch me.
Oh my, on set? It's like a PA.
Don't you fucking touch me. Come on, fucking dude. And I was fucking yelling at people, and I go, come on, fuck, do this. Fucking, you're the fucking fuse. Come on, fuck. You can't kill me. Come on. That's how, and that's what happened.
No way.
It was just a moment where I have a bad attitude.
Yeah.
So I walk in, sometimes I just let it rip, and that's how that
Hell
happened.
yeah. All right, so here's the clip. Who's the real Frank Woods? You can't fucking kill me.
No, you didn't say
Okay. You can't kill me.
No, you got to have a reason for saying it.
Okay.
You got to have 4 reasons.
All right. Well,
you got to carry 4 things at the same time.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You got to carry. How are you driving the narrative? How are you bringing the character forward? What is Frank's secret? What is Burns' fucking secret?
Oh, okay.
So you got to have 4 levels for every fucking word you say.
All right, I'm going to remember those 4 things and try
So
again.
basically,
And then he's going to say it.
You got to have intention, though. You got to know.
So I say it, he says it, and then
Say
he
it to
gets
somebody. Don't just say it to the air. Pick somebody.
All right. Who's the real Frank Woods? You can't kill me.
Oh, Jesus.
You can't kill me. Oh god, that was
All right,
bad.
now,
That was
okay,
bad.
now,
That was bad.
now say it in a way like you tell him that you're informing him. This is information. Hey,
All right.
guess what? You know what? You can't kill me.
You can't kill me.
Ah,
You can't
nice.
kill me.
There you go. But not like you're having an aneurysm.
okay.
Like, direct, like it's forceful.
sound like-
Fucking forceful. Now you're not taking a shit here.
You can't kill me.
It sounds like you're taking a shit.
You can't kill me. You can't kill me.
All right, let's hear it.
Give us one. Give us one.
What?
You can't kill me.
Because I'll say it, then he'll say it, and then.
You can't kill me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Let's go, dog.
That was awesome.
That's sick. Do you feel like a lot of the character of Frank Woods, like it feels like you were mixing a lot of real life passion and emotion just for the project as much as you were like in character? You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like you had some Yeah, like you were angry at the project almost, and it like translates into the character.
You, I don't want to talk about acting, but all I have is what I'm feeling in a moment. Because I got to act on what's happening in the moment. If I don't, I'm full of shit. So I usually try to. That's why the method acting, in my opinion, is like it's to get you to feel something real in the moment, even though it's not really happening. You know, living truthfully in imaginary circumstances. So a lot of times, you have to find. I have to set myself up to have a reaction. So I had a playlist I played every time I went in there. It had 25 songs, and don't you fucking touch my playlist. And it was a great playlist. It was all that 60s music. And that would get me into the zone. And then depending on what we had to accomplish that day, then I'd go through my 4 things. Okay, what am I doing here? You know, so yeah, you mix in. It's always I always try to play Woods from a place of authenticity, even and use as much of my own infrastructure as I can. But I don't shoot people blindly with a gun, so I don't have that experience. So I have other things I can replace it with, but it really is. It's some days it's all just like it's manufactured from a song. Other days I'm just having a shitty fucking day, and I'm gonna take it out on everybody. Yeah.
All right, I get another one. When was the first time you realized Call of Duty had gotten as big as it was?
VGAs.
Okay. What was that experience like?
I had no idea because I went down and I don't care. They didn't even invite me to the VGAs.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I went down. We shot the commercial for it, Dave, and he has this beautiful. He introduces me in this. You know, there's actually a video that Dave talks about why I was nominated, right? And but Activision didn't invite me to the VGAs.
Interesting.
So I found a way in. I crashed the party.
Billy suit.
They were probably terrified when they saw you walking in.
Well, I walked in and I just started talking to people, and then all of a sudden people introduced me. There's a video on my thing of all the different crowds I've been through.
Yeah.
And then they started screaming. I started working the crowd and stuff, you know, and then
cool.
Then all of a sudden the execs come over and like, oh, you're here.
Yeah.
And then when I walked into the arena and saw like 35,000, I think we were down at the convention center or at Staples, and it was just, people were insane over it. Yeah. And I had no idea what I just gotten into.
Whoa.
Because I was up in Seattle making a movie. I had to fly down for the event.
You're like, I'll just go check it out kind of on a whim, like whatever.
Well, there's a PR gal who approached me and she says, "Look, are you doing anything with this?" I go, "What's the video game?" She was like, "Come on, just let me get you into this thing." So she really
go check it out.
She pushed me forward a lot, and Sabrina, thank you, and and then all of a sudden I walk in, I go, "Oops."
Yeah.
Whoops.
This is kind of big.
Yeah, for sure.
Dang.
That's cool.
So you got involved with Call of Duty in 2009. At that point, when did you, I know you probably didn't think of a specific time, but if you can kind of put yourself in your shoes back then, when you got involved with Call of Duty in 2009, when did you think Call of Duty was going to kind of fizzle out?
I don't think it ever fizzled out.
I don't think it ever fizzled out either. But like
at the time,
did you think it would be like well, I'll do this and it'll last 2 years? Like, did you think it would be a lifetime
I was just
thing?
saying at the time in 2009.
Do you mean in terms of my participation or the game itself?
Yeah, I just like. Did you foresee Call of Duty becoming like a decades-long?
Oh God, no, not at all, not at all.
Yeah.
What was your perspective in 2009?
I'm a working actor. I mean, Call of Duty is just one of hundreds of things I do.
Yeah.
I've been on a soap for a couple of years. I do a lot of movies, ton of TV, a lot of commercials. So Call of Duty was just one job I had among many. You know, I did a Viagra campaign. I'm the guy in the green Camaro.
No way.
That's me, yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
I'm the guy. The joke is that my flaccid member bought my mother a car.
my God.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah,
Well-
so basically, it was just another job I was doing because I had so much going on. I did like I did Hawaii Five-0, Cold Case. I mean, I do a lot of television.
But of all of the other projects that you did in acting, you said Call of Duty changed your life. What do you mean by that?
Like I said before, it provided me access to the USO. It provided, and I'm here.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm here is because it's fucking Call of Duty.
Right.
So I've done much better work.
It's actually
Yeah.
Viagra.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, for her, yeah. But it provided me with a platform in which to connect with people, and
Yeah.
I've been to like dozens and dozens of Comic-Cons, and we've had 3,000 people lined up outside the auditorium to come and just get an autograph.
That's awesome.
That's that rarely happens for people,
Yeah.
And for someone like me, I started late. I didn't start acting, and sincerely until I was almost in my mid-40s.
Well,
Yeah, I just started this late. Like 2005 is when I jumped in with both feet.
What were you doing before that?
I was a hockey coach.
Okay, so you were straight full-time hockey coach up until...
Yeah, I owned a restaurant in Manhattan. I was partners in a restaurant in Manhattan, and I ran hockey schools. I trained hockey players.
Oh, wow. Where are you from originally?
Western Mass.
Okay, cool. All right, I got one. Are there any voice lines that you recorded that got thrown away?
80% of them.
Okay.
Most. A lot of what I wrote got thrown away.
What are some of your favorite ones that you were like, that should have made the game, but it didn't?
Take him out like a Tijuana dentist.
That's awesome. Dude, that's awesome.
Take him out like a Tijuana dentist.
Are there any
Whoa.
other ones like that? Or
They'll come to me.
Yeah.
They'll come to me. Yeah, a lot. Because when I was doing Black Ops 4, they would send me the writing, the lead sheet. So basically, they'd send me what they needed in the morning. I would sit there and I did all the specialist HQ stuff, all that crazy rant. I wrote all that. So I'd sit there in the morning and I'd just start writing lines and narratives, like a lot of Easter eggs I wrote. So
that's so cool. You're like the first voice actor we met that has like gotten to co-write some of the stuff. So that's so cool.
They gave me credits on.
Yeah.
I don't think they credited me in Black Ops 1, but definitely in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 4, yeah. And I mean, I had so many rejected. I had so many lines rejected.
So what was so you keep saying like those were your boys, like Black Ops 1, you're like, these are my boys, these are my drinking buddies. I linked up with these guys, like.
I'm a locker room guy.
Right.
I like talking to guys, and it's a pretty masculine environment. You're playing guns, you're playing fucking Army. How much more fun can you have? Just get paid to play Army.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty sweet.
And so we just had a really great relationship. They were very new to working with actors, so I could help them with that. And they were teaching me about the requirements of the volume and what as an actor, and because we're creating this new, not just before it was a voice actor, face actor, and a motion capture guy. Now it's all in one piece, performance capture. So voice, face, and body is all mine. So we kind of grew into it together.
Got it.
So we're kind of building this together, which is why it's so upsetting when I walk in and they ignore me. But then after I got the gig, they said, "Oh man, we're so sorry, but if they knew that we all wanted you, like we've been fighting for you for 3 months now, but if they knew that, they definitely wouldn't have let us hire you." So they were protecting me by ignoring me.
A little bit of politics, yeah. Gotta play the game a little bit. Well, I'm glad that you got in there. You pulling up the.
I have the commercial here. We'll be able to play. This is it, right?
That's me, yeah.
That's you.
Don't say it like that, you son of a bitch.
That's you. That's crazy. That's you.
Oh, you.
That's
You. I'm 20. That was 45. That's 40 years ago.
no way.
And I still skate like that, motherfucker.
Frank Woods in a Wheaties commercial.
That's pretty special stuff.
Dang. No way.
That guy never had an acting glass in his life. I just walked into the wrong locker room and I get a Wheaties commercial.
That's wild.
That is wild.
So
man.
do you feel like that was partially the reason that you eventually got into Call of Duty?
That's why I became an actor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I woke up one day and I really just don't like kids. I can't. I hate kids. They just change. They're whiny and they're different.
Ooh, I
And-
got a good question coming off of this.
Yeah.
Please.
And so I sat down and I said, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I've been coaching for 20 years. I had a school in Quebec. I had a residential training center. I ran a rink in New York for a long time. So I was around. That's what I did. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I had a band too, but that was always kind of being left to the sideline. And I sat down myself and I go, okay, what am I going to do? Now I have a couple college degrees. I'm educated. I go, I can go back and be maybe, get a master's in engineering, maybe, doctor, lawyer. I go, I don't want to go back to fucking school. And I don't want to work. I've never worked a job in my life. Either I played hockey or, I was an owner of part of a restaurant. So money was generated by things I love to do. Like I fucking love my life, right? I said, well, what else can I do that I don't have to work? I go, God, that Wheaties commercial, I made a shitload of money on that. And then subsequently, in New York, because I did that, I got a Levi's commercial. Then I got a couple. So I was doing commercials all along, but they would just come to me. I wasn't working at being an actor. I was just shit would come to me, and I had attitude, and I didn't mind being playing the fool. So commercials would come to me, and I said, well, I made a lot of money at that Wheaties commercial. I think acting's an easy way to make money. Yeah. So, and it is.
All right.
Fucking is.
I mean, you got to get the gigs, but yeah, I'm sure
it's mindset. It's fucking mindset. Yeah. Don't pollute that. It's mindset. If you believe it's available, it's there. If you believe in opportunity, it's there. The minute you start shutting it down, oh, it's hard. It's like, fuck, that's not hard. You find a way. Find a fucking way.
I love that.
Does that sound like Frank?
I love it.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly like
it. It sounds like me too, if we're being honest.
Oh my God. All right,
next one. You just started to get involved with Call of Duty right in probably like the biggest peak of video game controversy. Back in those like late 2000s, it was like every parent was being cautioned by the media not to let their kids play video games. What was your take on that at the time? Did you ever feel conflicted about being a major character in a big FPS shooter game?
Never. In fact, the opposite. Because what I saw was kids who generally are not like exceptional or are seen as exceptional, who are not highly visible in school, now have a platform. They have communities. They can have friends around the fucking world. I saw it as an opportunity to create relationships and self-esteem by getting good at something where, if maybe you don't have the machinery, but we're not all LeBron James, right? Yeah. We're now gifted with that way. I was lucky. I was an athlete. I was born. I broke climbing trees. I was a really good athlete. I was surrounded by athletes. So that came to me not easily, but it was there for me, right? And when I started doing Comic-Cons, I really met the community, and I was so grateful to be able to impact lives by just doing this ridiculous character. What's this ridiculous? And I gotta be careful. I don't want to start bragging, but there are we've been to psych wards in the military, and I got letters back from the CEO saying, "What the fuck did you say to these guys?" I didn't say anything. I just talked to him. This kid he was suicidal, and they brought him to talk to me, and I don't have a filter. And I sat down with this kid and I go, "So, you trying to off yourself? Why?" I go, "Well, it's because I'm lonely." And I go, "Fuck, everyone's lonely, dude. You're fine. That's normal. Look we would miss you. Don't do that. I would miss you if you did that. So don't do that, please. Here, take a poster." And I have, again, I don't want to make it too cavalier because it's a serious subject, but the Woods character, I have seen the impact of the Woods character, like just that supportive masculine energy that most of us don't get that. That my coaches were, God bless them, they're just, here, kick you. You broke your arm, run it off. And as a coach, like I said, I never wanted to shame a kid. I wanted to bring the best out in everybody, to help draw out the best in everybody around you. Because we are the sum of the 5 people closest to us, right? So when I saw how people reacted to Woods, then I said, I am clearly never going to let this character make, make the player feel bad about. I want the player to feel like you've got this. This guy he's like Dumbledore. He's got your fucking back, man. No matter what, I got your back. I'll die for you, and you'll die for me, and we'll do this together. And I just love that. And so that allowed me to really, I know they talk about, kids are violent, but if a kid's gonna do a horrible thing, it's not the video game that makes them do it. Like rock music does not make you go out and do stupid shit. You're already doing stupid shit in your head, right?
Yeah.
So I have a story.
Yeah, it is.
That this is one of the most powerful things ever. I was at, again, I don't want to reveal the people involved. Anyways, so I'm at a Comic-Con. And you got a line of people, right? And I'm signing autographs. And after a while, you can tell who's a fan and who isn't. And you never know. Sometimes you see a guy dressed up like you, and they have no idea what the game is. Then you see an accountant walking by. I'm your biggest fan. You just don't. You know when you look them in the eye if they're a fan or not, right?
Yeah.
And then and the parents walk up because Wood swears a lot, right? And I see the parents standing back there with their 10-year-old kid, like, do you have to swear so much? I get that a lot. And the parents like, fine. So I'm in the middle of a signing, and this woman's very well, middle-aged woman, very well, adorned, and obviously a professional, right? And her I think her son's up there. He's like 9, 10. And she's got that look. Oh, fuck, here it comes. She walks up, can I speak with you? I go, let me sign these and we'll go over here. You can lay into me over here. And she goes, I need to tell you a story. I'm gonna fucking cry. She goes, my mother, she goes, she told me she worked in a psych department in the university. She was a psychologist. She goes, my mother survived Auschwitz.
Holy shit.
And she goes, my son and my mother never could connect because she's still very withdrawn. And they go to dinner, and she goes, we got this game of yours. And she goes, in the background, he'd go in, he'd play, and there'd be all these Germans screaming in the background. And he'd be shooting guns, and we're just terrified. And he said, not when Nana's here. And he goes, so one day, my son, he wants to play the game, and he's got it loud, and Nana's sitting there, and she says she hears the noise, and she gets up and she walks into the bedroom. Fuck. And she walks up to her grandson, and she goes like, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, I'm killing Nazis. I'm killing the Nazi zombies. She goes like, you get to shoot the Nazis. So she goes, your fucking game has created a relationship between my mother and my grandson that I never thought they'd have.
Wow.
Whoa.
And she goes, they play every night after dinner.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That is powerful.
You gotta edit this shit out.
I mean,
No way, man.
So it's like when that had happened to me early on, I saw the value of this game. Like you are creating realities that people can go and heal themselves. And soldiers, I mean, they got guys coming off of dealing with PTSD because you get points for playing the game. Like in the FOBs, right, the forward operating bases. There's probably 200 kids in this box surrounded by, mortar rounds and big sandbags. All they get to do is play. They do the shift, and they're in the middle of nowhere, and they will sit there. This is how they connect to their families, but they get training points for read and react. So basically, because it's so heightened, they can actually use that as training for being more prepared going out into the field. Mm. And just I have so many stories like that where the game itself is utilized in a healing aspect. Like, man, people, soldiers who need to to go through. What if I had done, and here, do this.
Have you told the Auschwitz story before?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is very powerful.
Yeah, it was the most profound thing. And like she just, I was. It still gets me.
That
Yeah.
hits
It still
you-
fucking gets
hits
me.
you right in
Especially
the
'cause you
heart.
think she's gonna like ream you out or something like that.
Well,
and then-
just the fact that this woman got to have her family reunite. The woman, her Nana was like 90 years old. So I'm like, and so she was like, "Oh my God, my grandmother, my son will never have a relationship, never." And then a stupid fucking game. And she goes, "Yeah, she's sister, and then she's alive now. She's shooting people. She wants a." She hates the Xbox. She wants the new. It was PS2 at the time.
Yeah.
She goes, I want the PS2. So
On that note, sorry, I know you probably have some more, but on that note, obviously, acting is Frank Woods. You're yelling "fuck" and you're doing some silly stuff, and you're actually acting it out. But in those moments when you're acting out serious scenes of life and death in serious wars, did it ever kind of hit with more depth when you were acting it?
in which case, with Call of Duty.
I guess I'm trying to put into words.
Were there any emotional moments like on the set of Call of
Oh,
Duty?
fucking constantly. Yeah. Especially working with Kamar and Rich McDonald. Because Rich and I, who played David Mason, of course, he came to Call of Duty because we did a film together called SEAL Patrol in Utah, and he was like, and I was talking to Dave Anthony. We're talking about the shoot schedule for Black Ops 2. I go, I got our David Mason, and we had a great relationship on set. Rich is one of the best men I know. Just a good man, great actor. Totally, why he didn't get used more is insane. But he and I had a really close relationship. So all the scenes with David Mason, there's a something to make the cut, but we're connected, man. And with Kamar too, I love Kamar.
Cool.
Rest in peace. But Kamar and I, I mean, a lot of our scenes together we're connected. And when you're working with friends and people you really care about, it's easy to go deep because you trust them. And with a guy like Kamar, I wasn't quite sure because we hadn't worked yet. And it was the first day on set with Kamar. And it's a scene where I get shot in the legs, right? And they had a stunt guy doing my part because it's my POV, so he didn't really see me. And I just didn't like the way he was doing it. And Kamar was just not flying. Because I seen his audition tape. He's a peacock. He's a magnificent actor. But I wasn't seeing it. And they're struggling. I said, let me do it. Come on, get down here. You. And so then I really, and I started resisting. I started acting with Kamar. And this, the headbutt thing, totally improvised. Because he didn't expect it. I was fucking punching his, kicking him, punching his foot. You see that scene right before? That was all ad hoc. And then all of a sudden, I throw it, and Kamar goes, boom, at the head. And I fell in love with Kamar right there. Like, that's a fucking actor.
Yeah.
He took what I gave and he just threw it right back at me and hit me
That's
with a fucking headbutt. I love this guy.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, I got one. So, I've heard that Frank Woods is a massive Zombies fan. Is that true?
Well, James C. Burns is a massive zombie
There
fan.
we go.
Yeah.
Set up the clip.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So tell me about it. So you big Zombies guy? That's your game of choice in the Call of Duty world?
I came to gaming late. I didn't buy my first PlayStation until 2023, maybe 22.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I started playing on Twitch, and I was horrible. I mean, there's just epic fails of me getting stuck in a corner and not be able to get out.
Heroic.
Yeah, and then a lot of the guys who would come to Sarge's Corner, the YouTube channel, I have great fans. The guys who come to my communities, they're amazing. Come on, play with us. So I got on Warzone, and their whole mission was keep me alive, and I would die every 3 or 4 minutes. I actually got 1 kill on Warzone. I think it was in Gulag. I got 1 kill.
Hell yeah.
I think.
We're not sure.
I think. No,
The other guy's ping just went crazy.
I think. And so then I drifted into zombies, and it was just mayhem. And I played with guys who are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, guys who are kind of pro class. And I'm just dying every 3 minutes because I didn't know I couldn't move forward or back. I had no control.
Right.
And then this kid named, who's my LT, he kind of runs my, he's sort of my, it's a moderator for my channel, Narcs. And he said, well, just, why don't you jump on Outbreak? It's a bigger map. You can there's more room.
Take your time a
And so I
little bit.
started, so I'm not that smart. So you would assume I was that intelligent. So I kept dying, and then I was dating this girl at the time, and she was a big fan. Her grandson was a fan, and it's like all of a sudden we start playing together. She doesn't John Wayne it. Oh, she run. Where you going? I don't want to die. And she run off like way to the side of the map, right? And then for about a week, and she kept getting bigger scores. I go, so I go, you know what? I'm gonna try that. And so when I got in trouble, instead of standing there and I just run.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm surviving to the end. I'm actually scoring points, and then by slowing it down, I could pick up some. Actually, I'm not good, but I could get it to. I could kill an order by myself.
Yeah, there you go.
I could kill I could make it third or fourth rounds and be good.
Yeah,
be good.
You're starting to actually enjoy, like, be able to enjoy the game.
Finally. I would,
yeah.
And I would slow it down to the point. Okay, I want to jump. I'm gonna spend the whole game jumping off the radio tower trying to get the. I have what's it called there, the purple stuff. What's it called?
In zombies?
Yeah, it's a purple things everywhere.
The crystal?
The essence.
Oh.
The essence.
Yeah.
So the joke. I have an essence addiction. Yeah. So I would die just trying to get essence. I love essence. So I would spend the entire game trying to parachute off of the radio tower, trying to get out of the essence floating in the air. I would spend hours doing that. Just fucking hours because I had this essence addiction.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that'll happen then if you're not careful. All right. Obviously in Warzone, Verdansk is one of the most loved maps of all time. In character, can you give us an ode to Verdansk as Frank?
Verdansk.
All right. We'll take it, I guess.
Love it.
I don't know enough about Warzone. I haven't played enough.
Fair enough.
I did write a really fun song called Warzone Santa.
Whoa.
Oh, interesting.
That's good.
Look it up.
What does Warzone Santa bring to you?
It's a music video. It's a Christmas song called Warzone Santa. It says, basically the premise is Santa is a badass Call of Duty player. It's a badass, and he just...
Warzone Santa, James Burns?
Yeah. You had better be good. Let me tell you why you should. 'Cause Santa's playing Warzone, and he is good.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Santa's playing Warzone Christmas Day.
Dang. Did you dress up for your stream?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What about this one?
I usually do one Christmas song, Call of Duty Christmas song a year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like 4 or 5.
That's a great tradition.
Yeah, there's what do I got there? It's like Jingle Bell Woods. Jingle Woods, just call him Sarge. Met him in Quezon, armed with a car.
Oh,
All right, what else you got?
And then we have So This Is Krampus. So This Is Krampus.
So okay, keep going. This is good. A good list.
What's the other one? There's Warzone. Not Warzone. It's oh, come on. Update. It's update something. Update Wonderland.
Oh, love it.
Error codes I've been seeing. I don't know what they're meaning.
Love it. Then we got to do that. I bet you not a lot of people know about that. There's going to be a lot of people looking
at
at
Hey Mason, which is a ode to, it's a song, it's a spoof on a Tom Petty song. Hey, it's like, Ain't No Easy Way Out.
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Yeah.
Don't let your ammo run out.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's good
great
stuff.
So there's like 10 of those. There's like 10 Call of Duty songs.
30 seconds of Frank Wood's voice line starts now.
Oh, you think I'm going to hustle for this shit? What are you, nuts?
For the clip?
All right, you see that hind? You know, take it. How about, let's see.
All right.
You know me. I don't like anyone. Take it easy, Zhao. What we got there?
We got
Hey,
three.
nurse Batshit. Where's my smokes? Oh, work this shit out in your own time. Hey, dipshit. Safety's on.
Is that it?
Let's go.
Let's go.
That was awesome.
That's great.
All right, I got one more. I'm gonna show you a video game character. You tell me if Frank Woods beats them in a fight.
Yes.
All right, first one
Yes.
is Franklin from
Yes.
GTA.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
We got
I'll beat his ass.
Don't waste your time.
Master Chief.
Don't waste your
I'm
time.
gonna waste my time. Master Chief.
He has limited view. His perfect vision sucks.
All right,
Take him
what
out
about
from the back.
Mario?
Fucking Mario. I hate Mario. You know why?
Why?
Because when I had his toothache 30 years ago, Mario, and I couldn't get to the dentist till Monday. And I play Mario Brothers just to get off on drugs and watch Mario die. So no,
Frank Woods kicks his ass.
Mario.
All right, what about
no,
that?
Frank Woods takes him, puts him on a stake, burns him, and eats the alive.
All right. What about Snake from Metal Gear Solid 3?
Pussy.
Okay. All right. What about this guy, Default Skin from Fortnite?
Is that even? I don't want to use the word. It's like I'd insult his people.
Okay. That's good. Good answer. Steve from Minecraft.
He's a bunch of blocks. I'd spray paint him silver.
It would be funny if you were just like,
Last one, Arthur Morgan. Red Dead guy.
Well, him because I was up for that role and I didn't get it. So him.
Yeah.
Were you up for that role?
Yeah.
No way.
He did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Can we hear a line?
I don't remember any of it.
Okay.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He did a great job.
Yeah, he did great.
So he wins.
We'll interview him on
He wins.
Tuesday.
Classy.
He
Classy.
He wins.
Classy.
That
I
is
love
very
it.
classy.
A lot of respect for what he did.
Do you have any more questions, Ben?
That was it for me. Thank you so much.
Anything you want to promote before you hop off of here?
Sarge's Corner?
Yeah.
Goodwill and peace to all men.
Love it.
Promote that. Yeah, we have Sarge's Corner on YouTube. We do a show every Wednesday night, sometimes Saturday mornings. And Instagram, which I'm never on, by the way.
Yeah.
It's jamesc.burns. And pay attention because there's going to be a bunch of original music probably coming out sometime in June. I'll be at the Washington State Gaming Expo on the end of March. I'll be in St. John's, New Brunswick for Comic-Con up there. And other than that, stay tuned. Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
James C. Burns, a.k.a. Frank Woods, one of the greatest characters in all of Call of Duty, in all of games. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you, Frank.
Unbelievable. Him, not so much. But these two are amazing.